Can you go into more detail about healthcare design? Absolutely. There are two parts to this. One, the technical, what you need to know specifically for healthcare related compliance or specs or technical things that you need to know for healthcare design. And two, how to get into healthcare design, how to get healthcare jobs. I'm going to start with number two, and then we'll come back to number one. Number two, how to get into healthcare design, how to get healthcare design projects as an interior designer. The first thing I'm going to talk about here is not different than any other kind of project. I always say, whether you're building your portfolio from the start or you're trying to get into a new niche area in design work, fake it till you make it. People want to see what you're capable of and what you would in theory do, how you would in theory approach this specific kind of design project. They care much less about whether or not you have done that specific kind of project. Now, when it comes to healthcare, that is a little bit less true than some other areas because there are specifics that you need to know. So we'll go back to that when we get to part one of like what are the technical things you need to know that are different in healthcare design as opposed to residential or commercial. But in line with faking it till you make it, render a healthcare space the way you would design one. Do a couple of those and use that as marketing material on social media. Okay, nobody's asking you, where is this project? What did you do? This is you saying, this is how I would design a healthcare space. The same way personal stylists put outfits together virtually, like capsule wardrobes, whatever on Pinterest. Nobody's saying, well, who did you style? No, they're saying, oh, I like that combination. I would hire you to consult on my wardrobe. And sure, eventually there are bigger customers that are going to care, but you're going to work your way up there. And by the time you get in front of those customers, you're going to be able to say, well, I designed X, Y, and Z for ABC. And then when you're using these design spaces on social media, you can use them as your portfolio and directly reach out to owners and operators of healthcare-like firms. You can also go to events where they will be. So ECAP is an example. ECAP is a twice a year, I'm not sure how many times a year, summit type of a thing where owners and operators of nursing homes and things like that will be. And you can also go really old school and identify local healthcare locations, nursing homes, drug rehabs, urgent cares, better off targeting those that are not chains and offering your services, offering them for free, offering them at a massive, massive discount just so that you can start building your portfolio in that niche and getting a chance to work with them. My biggest healthcare projects in drug rehab and in nursing homes came from doing tiny little jobs and making almost no money, but building relationships and trusts with those potential clients and then getting like 3 big projects from them at the same time. Because I did the little things, because I didn't do it to make a profit at first, because I did it to build my portfolio, my reputation, my experience. And that's what you should do. One more thing. When it comes to LinkedIn, and you can use it to do cold outreach and use your portfolio of work that you would do in this area. That's all good. But another thing that you should do is start positioning yourself as the authority in this field. And you do this by creating posts talking about different technical things to consider when designing a space. So talk to your potential client and tell them what they need to consider, what needs to be done, what is different about these spaces, why these design decisions are important. And eventually, as you connect with more and more of these people on LinkedIn or social media or whatever, subconsciously, they are going to associate you as the professional in this field and they're going to come to you. Keep in mind, it might take time, but even if you're not getting engagement, there are shadow watchers. Again, one of my biggest clients, this wasn't in healthcare, this was in multifamily, never, ever, ever engaged on any of my posts. I didn't know he existed, but apparently he had been watching my posts for months and then hired me to do something small and stupid, literally to pick out flooring and a paint color somewhere. That's like baby decorator work, but I have a policy of no project is too small. And I ended up doing multiple projects for him in multiple states, large projects. So don't worry if you're not getting the engagement that you want. Believe it or not, people are probably seeing it and paying attention.